Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
Hello, everybody. It is me, Fee, and this is episode 375 of the Xbox Drive. I am not on Skype because it's 2025, but I'm here with two of my friends, and we're talking about all things Xbox, and definitely Avowed because we totally all played it. Guys, I'm so excited to be here with all of you, and I'm going to start off by saying, Bowza, it's really great to see you.
Hi, I missed you guys last week.
Missed
Even
you
if I did
too.
get picked on a little bit in my absence.
I
Who
mean,
did that?
Don't look like you're going to be innocent, Mitch. Yeah, uh-huh. Well, look
I
at me. I
mean-
played more games than Bowser did last week.
it's true, but you didn't get picked on as much as Ron did.
Okay,
poor
that's
Ron.
fair.
Poor Ron.
No, not poor Ron. He had an opportunity to be here and defend himself, and he chose not to. No poor Ron.
That is true. That is true. But you heard the other voice on the podcast. Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here.
I'm
It's only-
doing...
I'm a co-host of the show, but thank you for letting me be here for this week. He's in charge. If he told me, you know what? I'll allow you to be here.
Yep.
Whoa. That's never happened.
Also,
I
if he
was-
said you're in charge of setting up the podcast, if it sucks, it's your fault, Mitch's fault.
Whoa.
Mitch's fault.
You
Mitch's
said you
fault.
wanted to. I mean, what is happening? What?
I'm totally kidding, guys. A real talk, though. If the show sucks, I apologize. I am actually setting up the show for the first time. So if anything's broken, technically, Mitch's fault.
Wow.
Just saying.
Okay.
Not Fee's
Well-
fault, Mitch's fault. There's an emo for that. Mitch's fault.
Well, whoever decided to stop listening to the podcast 5 seconds after Mitch decided to put me or throw me under the bus now thinks I am a meanie.
What if someone heard that and go, I knew it, and they just shut the show off immediately?
Yeah.
I knew Fee was so mean to Mitch off screen. I knew it. Just hit the show, and they're like, 1-star review. Why does Fee do this to Mitch?
You know what?
The problem is, Mitch, like, even if it were your friends, they would be happy that Fee's being mean to you.
Oh, 100%. Like, my friends
Like, I don't
are
think there's
like,
anybody that wants her to be nice to you.
No.
Yeah, so
it's
it's
part of the
fine.
show. It's like, we're here, and you know, people make fun of me, and that's okay. I can take it. I'm an adult. I
Yeah.
have feelings that are calloused numerous times. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Give me fun. That was fun.
Okay. Well, while Mitch composes himself, I'm going to go around the room and ask everyone what their geek outs are for the week. Bowza, what's your geek out?
All right, this is something that I knew existed and had used a long time ago, but it recently was brought in front of me again, and I once again love it. And that is going to be flannel sheets. Holy mackerel. Do they keep you nice and toasty warm? You might get stuck in bed like you're in Velcro and not be
True.
able to move the entire night, but you'll be warm. So I went on a trip last week and I slept in a bed with flannel sheets, and now I ordered flannel sheets from Amazon because that's what happens.
You know what?
Don't even say a word, Mitch. I don't even want to hear it.
Here's the deal. I like flannel sheets, mostly because it's cold here in Canada. Shocker to no one. But I don't use them very often because of the Velcro situation. Mostly because I feel like I'm in a cocoon and then I panic. Because
I just
your
feel
girl-
cozy and loved.
I wish I did. But you know what? I like this geek out because you know what? Underappreciated. Flannel sheets.
That's right.
Yeah, underappreciated. Mitch,
Mitch.
what are your thoughts?
I don't have flannel sheets. I live in Arizona. That's probably illegal somewhere. It's probably in like a bylaw, like have these and you should be kicked out of the state. It's entirely too warm. I would say it's even probably too warm, even on the coldest day in Phoenix, to not have them. I'm not hating on the fact that you have them. I'm just so happy that you're so happy about them. Not hating on it at all.
Mitch is a flannel sheet hater. Wow. Can't believe it.
How dare I?
Couldn't be me.
I don't know. I don't mean to hate on flannel sheets. I just love how serious she was just like, flannel sheets.
It's a pretty big deal.
It's a big deal, apparently. I'm just out of touch. You know what I mean? So it's okay. It makes sense. Buenos comms.
Yeah, buenos comms. And Mitch, what is your geek out for the week?
4-day weekends. I basically told my coworker, who I've been doing a lot at work. I've been doing a lot at work, and I just got to a point where I'm like, I have to take time off or I'm gonna snap. And I basically told my coworker, hey, sorry, not sorry. I'm taking Thursday and Friday off and deal with it. I don't care. My portion of the work is done for the week. I got it all done in the 3 days. So you just got to worry about your stuff and this daily thing. Enjoy. I'm not. And then you know what I did? Because God forbid, if you're an adult and you take a 4-day weekend, you know what you got to do? Other things you don't want to do. Like all the things I've been holding off. Like I had to take my daughter to the dentist. I had to take a car into a dealership. I had to go to grocery shopping at Sam's Club. I had to go help a coworker with technology because she's 75 years old and I'm not. Like all those things, right? So it wasn't like I got to sit and play games because that'd be awesome to do on a 4-day weekend. Nah. I had to go do errands. So it's okay though, because guess what? No work.
That's right.
Can't complain.
You're up moving around, going outside,
I'm out
the
doing
sunshine.
Stuff. Exactly. And especially the weather in Phoenix. Let me just mention that 70 degrees all week. Just, although it did say like Thursday next week, it might be 90 degrees and that's a record high. That's insane. It's February. Knock it off. Don't need to be 90 degrees in February. Thank you very much. But otherwise we're good. Everything's fine. We got our weather talk out of the way now. You're welcome, Sean.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yep, absolutely. What about your geek out, B?
Guys,
here we go.
I got a new work laptop, and I'm really excited about it. Really excited. Want to know why? Because my other laptop sounded like it was going to outer space. It was super loud. And then it also was making like this weird chugging noise. And so people thought that my laptop was trying to make an EDM track because it kept on going like, so yeah, so it starts dancing. So it was just insane. So I got a new work laptop and I am shocked and really exciting. I also, because it is true Windows 11, I was like making it really pretty. I have like pretty like Outlook now. It's like black with like a purple cool background and then the purple font with white font.
There you go.
And then like my background is really pretty. And then it's just like, I'm so excited. And guess what, guys? I'm doing the responsible thing. So when I'm going in between work and home, I turn off my laptop now. Yay!
There you go.
And just instead of letting it cook inside of your bag, just on blowing.
Which is probably why my laptop totally didn't break. My laptop's fine. Right. According, just want to let IT know if they ever listen to this podcast, I did nothing to my laptop.
Responsible fee over here.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
she closed down Windows every time properly. She didn't just shut it off. She didn't occasionally drop some food or beverage on it somewhere. She didn't slam her hand against something and it hit it. You know, none of those things.
Yawn in the chat. You're supposed to turn it off. Apparently, from what I've been told by everyone else, you're supposed to turn off your laptop.
I'm with you, Stack. I've never turned mine off once. I just threw it in the bag and went to work.
That's now stressing me out, mostly because of how my laptop ended up. And so I do have to take some time this weekend to move all my photos from my old laptop to my new laptop because I have a bunch of like items for work. But it feels like exciting. It's like a new piece of obviously
is it snappier? Is it like way faster?
Super fast.
That's almost better than anything else. I don't care about software. I don't care. But if I open up that and it's like you're like, yes,
Mitch,
I can get work
you
done
click
faster.
the power button,
Oh.
which, by the way, apparently my power button has like bio on it. Like you can scan your finger on it, which is
Oh,
insane.
okay. I'm like,
Yeah, BIOS.
Bio, what?
It like instantly opens up, and then it says like do do do, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't hate this.
nice.
It's super exciting, and I just like, oh, it's makes me excited to actually work on my laptop now. So
If the computer can't keep up with me trying to work on it, I get real mad. I get like real frustrated. Like if I'm moving faster through these menus than my computer will keep up with, stop. That computer should be way faster than me. I should not have to wait for that.
no.
Yeah, I'm right. That's a proper geek out, as Carpool Gaming said in the YouTube chat.
Yes, it is a proper geek out, and I'm excited to continue to use my laptop and not break it.
Nice.
Thumbs up.
Very nice to hear.
Even though I almost did today, my brand new laptop, because I fell while I was walking to my bus. I fell down a hill because of ice, and I was very concerned. And so it was just like, it looked good on the outside, and I slowly opened it up when I got into the office, and I'm like, it's fine!
She got a big crack down the
She did
screen.
that. I don't want to put in a ticket for another one so soon. Just bumps it up like, we're good.
It's like, IT's gonna judge me so badly.
Like, damn, didn't you just get a new one? What happened? And then you just open it
I
up.
don't know what
as
you're
in
talking
pieces.
about. It never
You're
showed up.
What do you want me to say?
You guys didn't set it up on Tuesday. You have no idea what happened. Woo!
And then you could just
This
say,
is not the
blame
laptop
Canada.
you're looking for.
Yeah. Just hold it up. It's like shattered, and you're just like, blame Canada. I don't know what you want me
Exactly.
to say.
Blame
It's-
Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Proper geek out. Woo!
For sure. Good job.
You did it.
Thank
you were
you.
the one. You were the only one. Nice cops.
I
One
tried.
had sheets, one had time off work, and you're just like, I got a new piece of tech.
But Mitch,
I mean, I think they were all three really proper geek outs.
that is
Okay,
true.
cool.
I agree. And on the topic of sheets, I think I hear someone.
Housekeeping?
One of these days.
Housekeeping lady.
Woo!
She remembered where we were.
I guess.
She's like Santa. She knows where we are at all times.
Oh
She's-
God, I don't want.
Oh,
I don't
dear
want
Lord.
housekeeping lady watching me all day and night. I don't want that.
No.
No.
Nope.
No. It's already weird that Santa does it. Now she does it.
I spent a couple nights in hotels last week, and I always put the thing out like, do not disturb. I don't want no housekeeping. You just stay outside.
Wow.
I
I'll
always
take care of
call.
things in here.
I always call because what? Real quick, right? Hotel trash cans, can they be smaller? Can they
Well,
be?
The extra trash
They're
cans
the size
are
of this
fine.
pill bottle. I swear to God,
No,
they're
no, no.
this big.
The trash can is like a reasonable size. It's the bags they put inside of it. They have no room. They're like a
True.
quarter the size of the can. What is that?
You put
And they're,
one
like,
large
impossibly thin.
McDonald's drink empty in that trash can. It's full.
Done.
It's
It's
done.
done.
It's done. And I can't do that. I have a family. I have so many people in this room that throw away things. No, I'm always calling them like, hey, y'all mind coming down here? Because I got about that much stacked on top of the trash can. Because if you guys could help, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, I always
sorry.
like have a pile beside it. Whatever. They'll
100%.
figure it out.
All right, but housekeeping's here.
Housekeeping?
Speaking of housekeeping, I guess I want to thank our new Patreon supporters over at what's the thing? Patreon.com/carpool gaming.
That thing,
sounds
yeah.
right. Okay, that sounds good. Thank you to Todd Oxtra for joining the ad-free all-in-one tier. And thank you to Andrew Nyland for joining the ad-free all-in-one tier. Very good choices. No ads. You won't hear Sean's voice popping in the middle of the show and be like, ads. We don't like them
Bah.
ads around here. Let's see. Recent Patreon content. Matt's Pants is out right now, and Amanda's is coming out on Sunday. So be sure to tune in for that one. Reminder, we're still in the early access period to the mini indie van with the wonderful Fulia. That's on Patreon as well. Please give some feedback, and you can help drive how that show ends up. We'd love to have some feedback on that one. And of course, we have the weekly Nintendo Drive post show. Always a treat.
Wild things discussed on that thing.
Yeah, that can go off the rails real quick. Like,
Real fast.
you can visit carpoolgaming.com and get all kinds of awesome merch. There's a ton of stuff up there. I guarantee you don't have one of everything. So you should work on that. And while we're live, you can gift merch to Twitch chat. So you go over to carpoolgaming.com, select the merch you want, and say, gift it to somebody on Twitch. And then a little drawing happens and magic, and somebody gets merch. So pretty cool.
Side note on that merch giveaway. If we say there's a merch giveaway, you got about 60 seconds to get over fast. Unfortunately, the people who give away those nice things, and very generous of them, can't control how quickly Fourth Wall wants to throw it out there. So we start spamming in here. Oh my God, giveaway in the chat, giveaway in the chat. Leave YouTube for 5 seconds. Go to Twitch real fast. Do the entrance, and then watch whatever platform you want.
Yep. They don't let us crank up the wait time on that, unfortunately.
Which is unfortunate. Big unfortunate.
Maybe we should write a strongly worded email or something.
You know what? I'm in Fourth Wall's Discord. Let me get an admin in here. Give me a moment.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll
get on that,
I'll
Mitch.
probably be banned from the Discord here in 5 minutes, but I'll let you guys know.
That's fine. That's fine. I think that's it for the housekeeping this week.
Housekeeping.
Thanks for keeping it clean, housekeeping lady.
Take that trash.
Take it. Take all of it.
All of it.
Fee.
All right.
Have you played any video games this week? Any at all?
Oh, I have. I sure have.
Tell me all about it.
Well, one, I'm going to put a pin in it, as you know. But I played more Bizarre. And
explain it better this time. Okay. I'm listening.
Not only did I play the Bizarre, I streamed the Bizarre, which, by the way, didn't stream for 2 months, shockingly, because when I went back onto my stream, I still had Christmas decorations. I had to clean up the Christmas decorations. I'm like, get the Christmas tree out of here. Get the string lights out. We're changing it back to the random desk plant because I have an entire office set up on my stream. Anyway, I digress. If you've seen it, you know. But I played the Bizarre, and there was an update this week, and I don't know how I feel about it. But then again, mind you, every time there was an update, I don't know how I feel about it. But there was some changes made, some things got nerfed, things got buffed, the usual. But yes, it is a roguelike deck builder. You have 10 rounds to win. If you're trying to impress people at the Bazaar, there's prestige that you can get, and the more you lose, the less prestige you have. You start off with high prestige, then you go to low, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on right now when it comes to characters. I'm hoping they announce at some point that when it's going to come out fully, so other people can play it, so you guys can talk to me about it. Someone has to play this other than me. Please.
There's flamethrowers or something. I don't know.
The flamethrowers. Yeah, okay. There's a submarine. What? There's a sub. There's a blowgun.
All right.
Yeah. Poison.
Clearly first-person shooter, Mitch. You're up.
What? I woke up for a minute. Hold on.
There's a particular weapon that people really enjoy using, though. It's called the double barrel, and it is a double barrel, quintessential, what is it? Pirate gun that has just huge, and everyone loves it. I have thought, I really enjoy it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see how I feel about it, mostly because they changed the way that your starting hand starts off with, because originally you could there was a way to go through day one, and now it's just here's just random things you can get on day one, and you're okay, this is a little weird. But yeah, and they also added a dragon, which was pretty cool. And if you defeat the dragon, you could get an ability that all of your medium items essentially make everything that have fire, essentially just send fire to the other person. So you're essentially just casting fire. It's the last season of Game of Thrones, and everything's going haywire, guys. Just love fire everywhere. We love it. So yeah, I've been playing that. I've also been playing, of course, Infinity Nikki a little bit. I'm going to be playing a lot this weekend so I can actually finish the events, because not only were there the events that I've talked about, which is the fireworks season, but they added mini side events happening at the same time. They added more. I don't know why they added more. I have so much to do right now. I don't have that much time. I need to get this done. And I'm just like, I'm still really enjoying it. I just play it like I've only been doing kind of like the dailies. Like I log in to do my daily, and then I unfortunately usually at that point fall asleep because I'm so tired. But it's just I don't know. It's still like I'm really happy that even though it has been a few months, I'm still actively playing it in some capacity. Because sometimes you can get a little bit overwhelmed, especially with those games. So this weekend, my Sunday is going to be a very chill, lazy Sunday with a lot of Infinity Nikki. Because I want to, guys, this was a great week for video games, but also two games that I really wanted to play came out at once. It was Avowed and then Cabernet, which I'm going to be playing tomorrow. So it's just like trying to find that balance. And then at the end of the month, freaking Monster Hunter. I don't have enough time for this. I have to take time off work. I need to
Quit your job.
Well,
It's the only solution.
there you go, guys. Support me over on PayPal and also Throne because your girl needs to play one. Because, guys, again, I know this is usually what we're talking about while we're playing, but I'm going to talk about a game I really want to play. Dune just announced its release date. The Dune Awakening game. It's May the 20th. I have to take those days off.
Yep.
I'm really excited. It's a survival game. I'm going to go out and kill people and take their water.
Gasp.
A shock to nobody. Yeah. It's just, there's so much I want to play, but then also some things I'm really excited about. So I don't know. It's a really good springtime for me, as you will. So yeah, I'm very excited to play Cabernet, and I'll be talking about that next week on the podcast. Of course, we'll be talking about another game in just a little bit here, because it's our entire conversation for this week's episode. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's things I'm excited to play right now, but then also being able to see some of these games that I've been waiting to hear release dates for actually starting to announce their release dates. And I'm also very interested to see how it goes, mostly because like it's supposed to be kind of like what happens if they followed the story, like what the Bene Gesserits had planned for like everyone. So there's no Paul Atreides attack in this particular timeline.
Okay.
So no Lisa Nal-Gaib. I'm sorry, guys. You're not gonna find Timothy Chalamet in the middle of the freaking Arcanon. I'm just really excited though. I also even played the Dune board game. There's a deck builder game, so I was playing that last weekend, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be really hyped. And then being able to hear that the other game's coming out, I'm just like, yes, new games. So yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like there was a time last year that I was this excited for game releases. So having that this year, I'm like, this feels different. Mind you, seeing what AAA game full prices are nowadays made me a little sad. But yeah, no, I think that's like, there's a lot of things that I'm excited to play, like obviously this week and this weekend, and then in the upcoming months. So yeah. That's my segment on games. Too many games, not enough time. Need to quit my job.
Yep.
Just want to throw it out there. If she quits her job, she won't slip and fall on the ice and almost break her laptop. Just want to throw that out there.
Or my hip.
Or break her hip, right?
Jesus.
So if you guys enjoy her hip being in place and not her being hurt on the ground, don't ask. Help support her on Patreon or sub to her Twitch so that way she can quit her job. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Buenos comms.
Buenos comms. Pausa.
Hey, peace.
I want to know what Mitch has been playing.
Yeah.
You want to know what I've been playing?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I've been playing so many games. That's a damn lie. I played Apex all weekend. Okay. So, Fee, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. A new season came out. Okay. So, you could say it's the same game. And I would say about 80% of it is the same game, right? They made a couple really big changes with this season. It is the 6th anniversary of Apex Legends. So they have a new event that has a really cool 301 skin. It's the first ever, like, super, it sounds dumb, but they call it, mythic, like heirloom style, like super rare 301 skins that has like crazy different animations and all this stuff. It's really cool. And of course I had to have it because I have a gambling problem. So I got that, of course. It's okay, don't worry about it. Just with Apex Legends and Apex items, not with real world money. I enjoy paying my mortgage. So then as far as the rest of it goes, Ash was one of the main characters that got a huge buff this season. So much so, she actually became the most picked legend in a season ever. Literally, she broke every other record. Like, as soon as she got to her upgrade, more than a quarter of all legends that were picked, or all players, were picking Ash. To the point where it took them less than a week to nerf her. So fast. She got nerfed so quickly. And it's just kind of like, it's crazy how as soon as like her upgrades happened, everybody was playing her. There was not a team you weren't fighting that didn't have an Ash on their team. To an extent where it was very frustrating at first. And like I said, they did nerf her kind of quickly. Not into the ground to where nobody's going to pick her. She's still really, really, really strong and people will still pick her. Ballistic got an upgrade as well, but I don't see anybody really caring because Ash got her upgrade and everybody's just like, yes, this is now the character we all play. Which has completely changed how some teams are made now. Like, you obviously want to have that same character to kind of combat her, but like choosing who you got to go against with her is definitely different. I thought I was going to go back to play Fuse because all these assault upgrades happened as well. I played like 2 games with them and I'm like, no, I'm still going to stick with my character. The big change that a lot of people were really upset about though, and some people are on the fence about, is the TTK in the game got shorter because they literally buffed every single gun. They made every single gun more powerful. And some people are a little upset about that because now they're like mental memory of like, oh, I think I can survive this is shattered.
Yeah.
It's gone. So like situations now, you're playing games entirely different. Like you're not just going out in the open because you'll die. Like there's nothing. If you're out in the open and you get caught, done. Again, some people like it because there was plenty of situations where you're shooting an enemy and you go, what the hell? I should have knocked that person. But now people are mad because if you get caught out of position and say like somebody's got a 99 right on your side and you did not hear them and they just torch you and there's zero reaction you can do. Like you'll die so quick. So some people are like good and bad about it. Personally, I like it. I know there's people that are upset with it, but it's kind of closer to Call of Duty TTK, which I kind of like because when you shoot somebody and it's just like, that sucks, I didn't kill them. Like that, like, oh, they were 1 shot or they were 2 bullets away. That's where you get a little frustrated. But yeah, like they made a lot of changes to the game. They revamped the store, which of course, thanks EA. Why wouldn't you make more changes to the store so we spend more money? Thank you. But overall, like there's a lot of really fun changes. I played Apex Ranked all weekend with Bryant and Buzz. We had fun. We already got to gold. Like we're kind of moving along. But yeah, and then now Fortnite just had a new update, Battle Pass that just came out this week, which I'm going to take a look at that because Sub-Zero is in the game. And I'm like, again, Fortnite
always
knows
give you
what they're
one
doing.
that you want.
Fortnite knows what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, here's a Battle Pass. And you'll be like, care about your characters and your lore and your this character and this. Wait, what? You have one skin, a licensed skin that I really like. And he looks cool. And he's a Mortal Kombat 3 version of Sub-Zero, which is awesome. And I'm like, what level do I have to get to? Like, damn it.
Not this again.
You
Here we
caught
go.
me again. Yeah, exactly.
I still
Baymax.
can't unlock Baymax.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the Baymax situation all over again. I really, truly, truly hope that Sub-Zero is not level 80 again, like Baymax was. I really hope I don't have to grind that far. Knowing them, probably, probably. I haven't opened up Fortnite since. I saw Cypher PK playing it the other day, but I have not like gone to the Battle Pass to actually see per level who's what. There are some other cool skins in there, but like really though, I just want Sub-Zero. So yeah. I mean, Fortnite, if you could do me a favor and just not make them level 80, that'd be great. Okay, thank you.
Sure. I played OG Fortnite last weekend.
Yeah.
And we played it for 2 rounds and it was horrendous. And we left. We're like, peace out. A-Town. And then we were like, nah, this isn't for us. This just not, it's not, nope. And also the fact that you couldn't play as trio. You have to do 1 duo or then a full squad. You can't actually go as a trio. And so we just kept randomly getting a random person in our team.
That's no fun.
No.
That's no fun. Fortnite's way better with friends. Like, although I actually feel like it is one of those games that I feel like is the most like doable with randoms. Because I can tell you right now, Apex with randoms is horrendous. Like, it's so rare to get a good random that plays well and doesn't like, either they play their character well, but they don't play with your play style, or they play with your play style, but they suck using their character. Like, it's just, there's not like the good of both is really hard to do. And in Call of Duty, I don't even bother. Like, if my friends aren't on, I'm not loading that game. Multiplayer is different. Warzone, no shot. No shot. Like, multiplayer, I don't even get mad if I lose. I'm just like, whatever. Like, it's multiplayer. We just die and come back, die and come back. If it's a BR, you need, like, stable people. But I think, like, Fortnite of all of them, I could actually do with some randoms. The only problem is most of those randoms are, like, 10 years old. And that sucks. Because I don't want to hear 10-year-old.
Yeah, I don't play with other people. Like, if I don't have friends on, I play solos. It's simple as that.
Fair.
I got enough weirdos in my life that I actually like. I don't need random weirdos.
Right. Yeah, random weirdos. I guess the other thing too is, unfortunately, and this is terrible, but I would say females run into more random weirdos than men do, because then people get weird. And that's
I would
stupid.
never have a mic on with randos.
Yeah.
Never.
Serious thing, I've had good interactions. I've had clips on my channel. Remember, do you sell homes? That wouldn't have happened if that random wasn't great and just funny, right? So, I mean, that's right there is something that's like, all right, great. Like that there's good moments, but it's so few and far between. Like, it's so rare to find somebody that's actually a fun random. And then when they do, you're like, oh my God, you're fun. You want to play again? And I'm like, no, thank you. Like, no. Ugh. I don't know you. I don't want to continue playing. Ew.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger, exactly.
Exactly.
Or as Just Peachy just said, game over.
Game over, man.
Bye. I love that. They're like, oh, hey, man, you like, we had a great game. Do you want to play again? I'm like, yeah, no, bye. Quickly leave lobby. See ya, bye. So, yeah.
Out of control.
But yeah, that's basically about it. I did have intentions on playing other games. I just didn't. And I'm not, like, by the way, I just want to point out something. The game that's the main topic of the show, I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm down to play it. I just didn't this week. Okay. So for y'all you people, they're like, Mitch only plays bro shooters. Mitch, if it's an BR in the game, he doesn't play it. Shut it. I'll play it. Okay? I just didn't play it this week, and I'm sorry. I should have, because of the topic of the show. During that topic, I'm just going to do a lot of nodding, because I don't know. But yeah, that's basically what I played. And I'm not upset by it. Apex is awesome. Bowser, what did you play?
You gotta have fun, man.
I did.
We have fun picking on you, so there you go.
It's okay. That's fine. Who doesn't, right?
Well, I mean, fair.
Yeah, that's right.
So as you mentioned, Fortnite had a new season, so I did pop into that after work today. Played a few rounds. They're allowing you to track multiple quests now, which is really cool. And it'll put like ones markers down for where quest 1 is and 2s for quest 2. You know, there's multiple locations, so that's actually really helpful, especially when you're doing like dailies and stuff. Like, I want to do all 3 of these, but you know, head empty, can't remember everything, so I need the quest tracker. And it moved to the left side of the screen. So, I don't know. I like that part so far. There seems to be like a whole heist thing going on here. There's apparently like a new in-game currency that you gotta get. Like, there's little vending areas, and some of them use gold bars and some of them have this other thing, and I assume that's what you get from doing a heist in the game, but I don't know yet. I didn't play long enough to figure that out. So the big highlight of the battle pass is there's a pickle skin, so you can be a pickle if that's your thing.
Priorities. I like Sub-Zero. She likes a pickle skin.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Well, hey,
it's a cool skin. Also, that wolf skin. That wolf skin's really
cool. The wolf skin's looking pretty good.
Really good. I like that one too.
And I don't know, like, will there be an opossum at some point in the shop? Because there was one in the trailer. I'd like to have that. So, we'll see when that comes up. What else did I play? So, I was trying to wrap up Eternal Strands before Avowed came out. Unfortunately, I did not succeed. I'm really close to the end, but there's a spot where I kind of have to, like, grind something. I gotta go get kill some more of the big giant things to get their essence and level up my powers. And I was just like, oh, I just want to like finish the story, man. I didn't want to have to go do this. So that kind of messed me up a little bit. And then I had travel delays getting back, and I was tired. So I didn't get to play it Monday night before Avowed came out on Tuesday. So Eternal Strands is on the back burner.
Backlog.
No, I don't have one of those.
That's right. Only front log.
Nope, not that either. One game I did play while I was on my travels is Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
All right, I'm a mute now.
And it's just like a decent replacement to scratch the Animal Crossing itch, but there are like little temples you go into and do some puzzle solving, but you got like the Sanrio characters around. Everything's just cute and fun, and yeah. Plus, it's a good one that you could, first of all, being on the Switch, you can just suspend the Switch and set it down for a while, right? When you're traveling, like, oh, it's time for a bathroom break. We're stopping and getting out of the car. You can just hold, please. And then, but even still, like, just if you have conversation going on your travels, you can just put it down, take a break, play it in little bouts. So I haven't made it super far in that yet, but I'm having fun with it. Do I think I'm going to get thousands of hours out of it like Animal Crossing? No, I don't, but I don't have that expectation. This is just something fun, so. And then go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I really enjoyed that game when I was actively playing it because I played it on Apple Arcade, so I was playing it on my iPad, and I haven't played in a hot minute, but I think I probably got about 40 to 50 hours into it, just out of sheer entertainment and taking photos of Gudetama the entire time.
Yeah,
because you have to collect all the Gudetamas. So, yeah, I don't know. I just like it. I think there was definitely some elements in it that like I enjoy more than Animal Crossing, but at the same time, it feels like there needs to be more substance, I guess. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, maybe I'll hop into it this sometime. I say this weekend, but I already have too many games I'm already playing this weekend, so who knows?
Yep. And then, of course, the last thing I've been playing is Avowed, which we'll stick a pin in that for now.
Just Peachy asked, is it only on Switch? No, it is currently on Switch right now. It came out January 30th, but it's coming to PS4 and PS5 sometime in 2025. Other than that, no hint
Then
of
it's on
Xbox.
mobile.
And it's on
Apple
mobile. It's
Arcade.
on iOS, Mac OS, and Apple TV. So nothing even on Android. Dang. So no Android and no Xbox right now.
Correct. It's been out for
Yeah,
almost a
everything
year
else.
on Apple Arcade.
I just saw that. Yeah, it's actually came out July 28th, 2023, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And now just coming to Windows, Switch on January 30th. Yo, it's on Windows, but not Xbox. That's weird. Whatever.
I don't know.
But yeah, and
Maybe
then PS4 and
Nintendo signed
PS5 sometime in
exclusivity.
25. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
it's not unheard of.
Right.
Yep. I think that's it for the games we've been playing. Anybody else have anything? Nope.
Not
No.
not other than the main topic.
I didn't play
Okay.
Stardew Valley this week. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't do that. So,
Wow.
that's
Well,
okay.
why not?
Because Queen was busy.
Nice
It's basically what it
answer.
boiled down to. I'll play it if Queen's there. But am I
Okay.
playing a solo Dobo by myself? Maybe not.
Nice.
It's okay, though.
We did have some news out of Xbox.
Hey,
Woo.
now.
There's some new Game Pass games. I
What?
don't know if you're aware of this, but in addition to Avowed dropping this week, we got F1 24, Watch Dogs Legion, and the Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Pretty cool. Is anybody going to play any of these?
I've played Watch Dogs Legion, and
Okay.
I was actually kind of bummed out about it. Like, I'm not... Okay, Watch Dogs 1 was like the typical Ubisoft thing, right? It was basically, we're going to show you a trailer of our vision, but then we're going to deliver a game that has half those features and looks half as good. Okay. I swear to God, that's what happened to Watch Dogs 1. Now, Watch Dogs 1 wasn't terrible, but the protagonist was, like your main character was just like, he's okay. And the systems were starting to be there. Watch Dogs 2 is awesome. It basically, again, it did the whole thing of take the first one. Here's all your feedback we hated. Take the second one and just make it awesome. And the same thing with Assassin's Creed. One was your proof of concept. Does this kind of work? Okay, let's make 2 awesome. They did the same thing with Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 2 was great. It was super fun. Took place in San Francisco. Much better characters. Much better environment. Just awesome. Legion kind of like went a little too far. Whereas like you can play as multiple characters. You can play as anybody in the world, including like a grandma walking down the street. You can recruit her to be a hacker. And it's just kind of weird. I just felt like there was almost too much going on and too much you can do to where it was kind of convoluted. Because again, the problem is like you were kind of picking and choosing so many different characters. It was like this story of like one main person you play as was kind of out the window. It was okay. Like I definitely did not have that same feeling of like, I need to finish 2 like I did 1. I'm sorry, Legion like I did 2. Like 2 I wanted to beat. I was fully invested. I was like, I want to complete the story. This is fun. And Legion, I played for a bit and I was just like, it's okay. Again, included with Game Pass, go try it. Won't hurt. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't play Watch Dogs 2, maybe you'll just play this and go, oh, this is still awesome. And this is still fun. I think just, going up, it was like 2 is its peak. This happened, but go try it. It's on Game Pass. And you can play it on cloud. Again, that's the best part too. All these games on here are on cloud. So you can go try them on any of the Xboxes you decide to choose.
Very nice.
Yep.
One other thing I know we talked about covering here that we haven't yet is what are the perks and DLC and stuff. So there's a new season in Sea of Thieves. If you're into that,
that shark
like that
looks
started. Yes,
rad.
It
that
does.
shark looks awesome, actually.
I haven't played Sea of Thieves in a long time, and I kind of want to drop back in there and just see what it's like.
I already played Sea of Thieves first season, like day 1 type of deal, like because that was like the first main game that was on Game Pass. If I remember, that was like the first like holy crap game that was on. It was not the first game on it. Let me rephrase that. The first AAA like game that was going to come to Game Pass. Like they announced Game Pass and they were like, yes, Sea of Thieves is going to be included. And everybody's like, holy crap, that's nuts. So I remember playing it then, but obviously that thing's got 15 seasons worth of content, probably all new UI and quality of life and systems and probably so many cool things.
Yeah, I've constantly get reminded that I should go back to it now that they have like the safer seas, so you can get it in play without weirdos just trying to sink you the entire time.
Right.
People that like stream it and play that way all day, every day. So like they know all the tricks and yeah, that just sounds fun to me. So Game Pass perks. Looks like we got packs for Madden 25.
Okay.
A Minecraft 1 month market pass. I mean what that does.
Kayla about that.
Yeah,
she's playing Minecraft right now. So
yeah,
we gotta let her know.
There's a bundle in Monster Hunter Now, a pack in Multiverses, and you can get free movies.
There you go.
You can get Naruto movies for free. What are we waiting for?
Right?
Yeah.
Do it. Available in the US only. Sorry, anybody outside the US, my bad.
Sorry, Canada.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Fee. Just the head shake.
I can tell you're like totally sad that you can't get them.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Inexcusable.
So it looks like we're trading one Warhammer game for another. That Bolt Gun's going away at the end of the month. And same thing for F1. 22 goes away. But yeah, a couple Yakuza remastered games are falling out. But that's it.
I mean, if anybody's upset about F122 leaving because F124 is showing up, it's always so weird. It's like, make sure we gotta let you guys know the 23. Same thing with Madden. It's like Madden 24 is showing up, but 23 is leaving. We're sorry, guys. Like,
yeah,
sure.
We want you to play the new one. It's fine.
Yep.
It's not even the newest.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's it for the Game Pass.
I saw that bottom thing. It says we're adding more games to the Stream Your Own collection. Did they actually specify what games?
No, they don't. They just say go to this link and see all of the ones you can play. Like they never seem to call out the new ones, and I'm too lazy to track it for them. So that's just how that's going to be.
Thanks, Xbox.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Not at all.
I mean, it's almost like it would take like a copy and paste of some JPEGs and a sentence typed out, right, to make that happen. But that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Not my
I'm now
job.
going
I'm
to do
not
my
getting paid
own
for it.
investigation.
Okay. You do that. You can report back later.
I'll let you know.
In the meantime, why don't we let some friends into the carpool with us? Answer some community questions. First up, we have Fulia from the PlayStation Drive, who says, "Welcome back, Bowser. I made sure to keep your seat warm while you were away." Well, thank you very much, Fulia. My question, what was the most recent game that hit you emotionally? Or to put it in Matt's words, a good cry, a small cry, a big cry, etc. I ask this as I just rolled credits on the last campfire, and boy did it hit me hard by the end of it. Have a good one, friends. Fee, I think you're far more likely to have an answer for this than Mitch, so what's
Wow.
he has no feelings.
Mitch is
or
an
something.
emotionless person. He doesn't cry. Go to Fee first. Go on.
I mean, he maybe cried playing Apex, but we're not doing rage here. Rage doesn't
oh,
count.
okay. Tears
No,
of just anger. No, okay, hold on.
No.
I cried so bad because my teammates sucked that bad. Okay.
No.
Yeah, no.
I'll think of this question, but Fee's probably got more of an answer. You're right.
See?
There have been points in Infinity Nikki that's made me like emotional. Just like storyline wise and some of the characters. There's one, okay, without going into some of the ones that would be spoilery, there is a particular person that you can meet in the middle of the main town. And their entire thing is they refuse to go outside because they're scared of the outdoors. Because not like at first you think like, oh, they're just a person who wants to like stay inside all day. But then you find out it's because they're concerned that they're going to like ruin everyone else's day and be like essentially a detriment to everyone else. And so they just stay inside. And I'm like, I don't know why this is getting me all worked up. I don't know why I'm so sad. I'm like, this is kind of like, it got really emotional. And then it was just like, you should feel like you're like wanted. Like, you're not like, no one doesn't want you to be around. And I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of other times that I've like cried in a game. Because I know that there have been a few, especially on stream as well. And I've just like, kind of like broke. I'm trying to remember. Why is this so difficult to remember any game?
Maybe we block it out.
Maybe, like, maybe that's the case. I don't know. There have been a few demos that kind of, like, hit. And then I know, like, when I played this bed we made last year, I also cried during that. It's also just really easy to make me cry, guys. I don't know.
That's what I'm picking up on.
Yeah.
That's us.
I cry easily. Also... I almost cried last night playing Avowed. There's like the very first like 2 seconds of the game because there's a cute little like ferret monkey thing that like ends up like we'll talk about it in a little bit.
Oh no, she's gonna cry now thinking about it. Oh no, save it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk.
I just don't do well with animals getting hurt. Okay.
I don't either. I hate that in games. I agree with you.
And I was thrown for a loop. Guys. And so, you know what? What game hasn't made me cry is a better question. What game has Fee played that hasn't not made her cry, not out of anger, but just like sheer emotions? And that's too many.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mitch, did you come up with a plan here?
So I started looking through my achievements just to see if any games have sparked a tear or anything. Not recently. I'm trying to think, like, if I have to be honest, the only thing I can think of is like thanks Boba. The only thing I can think of is some of the PlayStation single player stuff I played. Like I remember Miles Morales, he has a moment where he's like trying to be a superhero, of course, because he's Miles Morales. So that happened. But the only thing I honestly could think of, like, not a game, but it's still a piece of media that everybody should go check out. It's a movie called The Wild Robot. It just got put on Peacock. That movie's amazing. I actually watched it today. It's weird because, like, let's just say it has a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes for both critics and audience. It's rare for a movie to get that high of a score, but it deserves it. And there's so many moments in that are so sad. And I definitely teared up watching that. Game-wise, though, it's been a minute. Like, not a lot. I mean, if anything, I think like The one moment that really got me, it's like the one moment I've absolutely cried in 100% is Last of Us Beginning with Joel and his daughter, just because I have kids, and it is the saddest damn thing on earth. That's like the one moment I know I was like, I cannot handle this part. Like, also, it hits you as fast as Up did. It's like 5 minutes in. It's like, yeah, you're ready to cry because you're about to.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up. Like, it's just so sad. But yeah, like I said, I mean, unfortunately, games. It's been a minute since games have. But that movie did today. So yeah. By the way, it's on Peacock. The Wild Robot. Go watch it. It's a phenomenal movie.
I mean, I know like there's a specific like game that if I think about particular scenes in it, I get upset. And that's Final Fantasy 14. There are specific characters, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a character that's introduced much later on, and his name's Emmett Selk. When we got to like Elden Ring, that was the same time that Arcane Season 1 came out, and that song, What Could Have Been by Sting, and then the entire storyline that your character has with certain characters, I'm like, this is literally, the song could have been like specifically set for this game, because it's just like, this is what could have happened. Like, this is, things happen. I can't spoil it. Guys, go play 500 hours of that game to figure out what I'm talking about.
Oh, it only takes a couple hundred if you mainline
or go to
it.
YouTube,
it's fine.
one of the two.
I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's just, it's so good. And it's just
good.
like, there's particular characters that I like when I think of specific scenes. I'm going to say the cliffside. I like every time. Tears. I listen to that song. Tears. And it's not just because I easily cry, okay? Okay? It's just, it's very emotional, and you also become very emotionally attached to these characters. Mitch, I can see you laughing over there, but like, no, it's just, I don't know, like that game, like every time, it's just, it's so well done, and like the fact that you get so emotionally, like attached to these characters is a huge thing.
Yeah, I agree with that one. That's definitely, and I just replayed through the whole thing, like after they announced that Final Fantasy 14 was coming to Xbox. Like I replayed the whole story mainly because I knew how great the story was and I wanted to experience the whole thing again, cries and all. So I did that. Maybe not so much of a crying thing, but Tales of Iron 2 is the most recent one that gave me feelings.
Ooh, okay.
I'll just leave it at that since that's a brand new game. It's a good game. If you haven't, go back and play the first one and then play the second one, because that's what you do. Just be aware, in the first one, you can't change your difficulty after you start the game, so choose wisely.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we had some good shout outs in the chat here. We had Life is Strange True Colors, Neva, Spiritfarer. Yep, these are all games that I could see hitting people in the feels. So... very
Absolutely.
good. Good question for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for filling in for me last week. I appreciate you. Next up, Yon32 says, what is your favorite genre of game to play while traveling? I'm going to go out and just say that I already answered this with my Hello Kitty Island adventure. One of those little cozy sims, like an Animal Crossing or that you can just pick up and put down as you have time. That's usually what I do. When I guess it depends though on what you're talking about. Like, if you know you're going to be on like a long plane ride, maybe you play something that takes a bit longer. You could really get into some story stuff there. But primarily my Switch is my travel machine, and Animal Crossing is always there. Hello Kitty's there now. Stuff like that. What do you think, Fee? What do you like to play when you travel?
I think it like kind of is like, it kind of brings like a nostalgia factor, is like Pokemon. Like I remember playing like Pokemon Sapphire and just playing that in my parents' car when they like, we'd go on like road trips and stuff like that. Also, like I think it's just mostly like, I think it's because Nintendo's so like nostalgically like handhelds. Like I only can think of like playing things like on my Nintendo, like whether it was the DS or it was the XP, and even something like the Switch is another one I remember, because we did a trip a while back and I took my Switch with me. But yeah, I think it's like games like that. I think something that like you can play for longer periods, but doesn't require you to be like so mentally involved in it. Like I wouldn't want like I have a Steam Deck. I wouldn't want to go and play like Baldur's Gate like on a road trip, or like I want something that I'm able to like play easily but then be able to like instantly go out of it rather than feeling like I'm constantly like stop and start, stop and start. So yeah, I think I would say my answer would be Pokemon.
That's a really good one. What do you think, Mitch?
Literally backlogged Switch games. Like I swear to God, I have a Switch and there's like games that I definitely buy, but it's not like, example, I'll buy like the Super Mario 3D collection, right? And it's like I bought it because I intend to play it one day, but is it immediately like I need to play it this moment? No. But you know what I love? When I have a plane ride, I'm like, how long is this plane ride? I just go to my Switch wall and I'm like, I haven't even opened you. I haven't opened you. And I just throw them in my case. And it's literally just first party Nintendo exclusives. That's all I play on traveling. Like, because I don't travel often, right? I don't have a commute.
Yeah.
I hop on a plane. I now have my Legion Go. So that could change.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that would change for you.
Yeah, it's probably going to change because I haven't traveled since I've gotten this thing. So the next plane ride I take, more than likely that thing will come out. But straight up, like, it's just like, oh, Metroid Prime Remastered. Did I buy it? Of course I did. But it's just like, I don't plan to stop everything I'm doing to play it right away. But on those plane rides, I'm like, oh, yeah. I did buy 3 games that have been sitting on the shelf not played. So, yeah, that's immediately when I started pulling those out. And because, again, I just want to, like, especially with how Switch games are and, like, how they don't do physical. I don't trust Nintendo Online with their digital stuff yet. Maybe with Switch 2, they'll get better. I don't trust them right now. It's weird. The licensing and the whatever. I like physical games for the Switch for that reason. And like, yeah, like I said, some games they stopped making physical copies of. So now I'm horrified that Nintendo will do that to just any of their games. So I'm like, you know what? When it comes out physically, I don't care. If I buy it day one, I'll pay full price for it. It's not like I'm going to wait 2 years and not pay full price for it. Right, Nintendo? Might as well get it today.
Yep.
So, like I said, I get it right away. And then next flight I take, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. So last trip, I think it was Metroid Prime Remastered. I was just like, because I bought it kind of like wanting my son to play it. Like, hey, you should play this. This is an important game. This is a very fun game. I think you would like it. And then he just never, ever played it because he's too busy playing Monster Hunter and COD now. But then I was like, whatever, I'll play it. And yeah, can Metroid, the new one, come out, please? 4, thanks. That'd be great. I had it pre-ordered 7 years ago. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, literally just my Switch. I can't, like, now with the Legion, like you said, though, I can't imagine playing, like, a game that's, like, you need to be fully, like, I need to pay attention to story, you know? I can't have the flight attendant come up to me and go, do you want peanuts in the middle of me listening to some dialogue? You know what I mean? Like, I need to be able to, like, just quick in and outs, you know, like that, Lonely, what is that snowboard or skiing game that I've been trying
Lonely
to
Mountain.
play? That thing.
Yep.
See, that would be a quick, cool game to just play. Like something you could just like get in and out of would be great. I can't imagine something long and drawn out and having to pay attention to the story just because of like interactions with you getting up or people bothering you on the plane, that type of stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Thank you, Jan, for the question. That's it for the community questions this week. Let's jump into that main topic. Fee, I am dying to hear about the Avowed character creator.
Guys,
Tell us all about
I
it.
spent an hour and 45 minutes in this bad boy, okay? And I love it. Like, I both love and I slightly do not like it. And it's because there's like there's options and you're able to customize your face, but then there's like areas where you're like, I wish I could be able to make adjustments to like my lip shape or like the like different like I like the ear options and stuff like that, but it's just like there's options, but like I know it sounds like a really weird thing to say, like there's options, but there's like it's
Yep.
limited. And I think that there's definitely some opportunities maybe in the future, especially with the like the god traits, is like maybe having the option for like different colors. Like I think there's a really good opportunity
Yeah.
for like maybe like a fall theme where you could choose like specifically like reds and oranges and stuff like that. Because as someone who's a very like aesthetic character creator, like I feel like there's definitely some opportunities there. But I like there was a lot of great points, like really good options. I'm gonna have to get a photo of my character, because at the end I really liked it. I ended up going with like kind of like the blue moss on the face, and then having like this weird like wooden structure going up with like a bunch of mushrooms and different coral. Because I was just like, you know what? If I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna be extra. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like just be like, oh, I'm not gonna have like a headdress or anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to kind of go a little bit crazy. I even went with a character that had like, usually I go with like dark haired characters as a heads up. I usually go with like a darker brown or like different, but I went with like this, like almost like a pastel, like coral pink with like some blue to go with it because I felt very much that vibe. Because I'm like, if she's supposed to be like touched by the gods in some capacity, she's gonna have to be colorful, especially in this world where everything's super bright and crazy. So it's just I wanted to like really take an opportunity to try to mix things up. I don't know, maybe I'll make a new character later on because I was really intrigued by like the wooden mask kind of like motif, but I'm also like I kind of want to be able to play the character first without having no emotion on my face the entire game. Like it's just kind of like blank stare. Mind you, when I got into the game with my character, she has dead eyes, guys. She looks like she has seen stuff and she's like, she's just like this the entire time. She's like, and I'm like, girl, have some emotion. And then I'm also like, you know what, kind of makes sense with her background. I decided to go with the kind of the, she had a, like, she used to live on a farm and then she ended up losing her farm because she realized she saw a prophecy where people were going to come and actually like try to kill her, and so she ends up running away and they burn down her house, and then she ends up being like the mystic of the king, and so she can like see stuff in the future. So I thought that was a really interesting choice. Usually I go with a huge hack and slash character, like I want the kind of like the broody kind of like I take out everything, I'm not going to have a conversation kind of talk. But no, I wanted to mix it up a little bit, so I tried to like balance that out because I also didn't think that the character I made was a very broody type. Of course she could have been, but no, I wanted to keep things different, and I'm excited to play more, of course. But yeah, I think there's definitely some room for improvement. I'm not trying to like, there are specific character creators that can be like overwhelming. Like the Cyberpunk
Yes.
77 is insane. Like that one is just like you want to move your mole anywhere on your face and you want to be able to like touch up that like one little like specific portion of the face. I'm cool with that. But it just feels like there's definitely some areas where it could have like had more, but then they had more in other areas. Like, do you want your like chin to be able to like be more pronounced or like back? And I'm just like, I would just like an option to be able to like choose like certain other sections of the character's
Yeah.
face. So I don't know. And I also kind of found that like it had that setting at the beginning that says like we're trying to optimize your game to your computer. It'll take a few minutes. And then it seemed like, I don't know if this happened to you, Bowser. The character creator was slightly fuzzy. Like it seemed like it was there, but then at the same time it's just like there was just a slight thing that was off. And on top of everything else, I realized after playing in the Baldur's Gate 3 character creator for hours upon end, I just almost put on like Down by the River. I almost just played that song the entire time. I'm just like, I need something. What is happening? So I was just, oh man. And I have other thoughts about the opening of the game. But yeah, how did you feel about the character creator?
Yeah, I agree with you that it seemed some of the choices were odd, that you could get very specific on certain parts, but then others it's just kind of like, here's your couple choices.
Yeah.
I will say for like, they had a decent number of like presets, especially for face and that, because like, sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. I want to pick something close enough and maybe tweak a little bit, and then I just want to play the game, right? So it was nice to have some of those options there. I didn't notice the fuzziness, but I'm playing on Xbox, so maybe it was something happening on the PC version. Who knows? Yeah, so I assume that you're running where your godlike characteristics are visible at all times. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I did notice
am.
that was an option to like turn them off. I'm like, turn them off. That's what makes me me.
Yeah.
I kind of do look like a clicker from The Last of Us,
Nice.
but like a
you-
pretty one. Does that make sense?
Do you have the one that's going like
Not
up
one of
half
those
the
uggos
face?
from The Last of Us, a pretty one. I hear you.
Yeah. No, it's like fungus, like coming up the top of your head,
Oh,
both
that
sides. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm digging it.
Yeah. No, I think there's like, and I don't know, maybe it's just me being slightly particular about it. I wish that there was like more character creation in other sections, like maybe like tattoos on the actual character, because there's a lot of tattoos on the face to like really hyper focus on the face, but there was nothing for the body, which was weird. So it was just like tattoos up here, nothing down here. And I'm like,
There
maybe
wasn't
having-
much for the body in general, right?
No, you get to
It was
choose
just
what your
like-
character size, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like it would have been interesting to
I
have
mean,
like
Some
godlike with
ways,
the hand.
I guess, like they want you to play first person, so they weren't really worried about the body, I guess.
as a third person girly, it affects
Yeah.
me. I think it would have
Yeah.
been cool to have like a godlike touch, like godlike looked like the hands, or maybe because like you could
Yeah.
do like a webbed fingers, or you could have like some sort of like branch growing out of your arm, or like something like doing something like I understand it's in first person, but if you are also optioning the like if you're also offering the option to have third person, I feel like there should be other aspects, maybe
Yeah.
even giving like, hey, you're playing this in third person, here's some benefits to that. I don't know, I think that was like my main gripe about it. I'm not, yeah, just there's definitely some opportunities for additions later down the line. Maybe it's mods, people might mod it, who knows.
Oh, I'm
but
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure it's ripe for that. As for the gameplay, I find this game scratching that Skyrim itch. That itch I didn't know I had, right? It's been quite a few years since I played through Skyrim, and this really gives me that vibe. Just wandering around, uncovering the map, finding little buildings and going in and solving a puzzle to get treasure, or fighting a bunch of enemies in there. Finding the little side quest markers, finding out what's going on there. Yeah, it's really scratching that itch. More so than I thought, because this is Obsidian, and I heard people saying this is going to be like fantasy Outer Worlds, and I don't see it that way. I think this game is more serious than Outer Worlds ever was. So I like them both, but they're just different. This is definitely more in the Skyrim realm for me.
Yeah, no, and I like what as someone who hasn't, like, I will say, and I will be fully transparent here, I haven't gotten to play too much into the actual game itself, mostly because I did spend so much time in the character creator, but I think there's a lot of like great aspects to it, like when you're on the beach and having a conversation and being able to see like, okay, my background is already affecting my conversation drastically. Like I know if I had been more of a brute, I wouldn't have been able to have the same sort of like empathetic conversation I had with the character. I think his name is like Gothic or something, like Gothic. He's the first person you meet. I will say it is very Baldur's Gate adjacent. You get attacked, and then you end up being washed up on a beach, and you wake up. And I'm like, okay. And then there's a bunch of dead bodies around you, and I'm like, all right, I can't, like, I think it's because I played so much out, like so many hours into that game, it's like very reminiscent of it, and I'm like, this is very Baldur's Gate. And then that happened like right after, like 2 seconds after I said, oh, this is very like how the opening kind of reminds me of it. And then it instantly like, oh, we washed up on a beach. That you end up on a beach, guys, in Baldur's Gate. I don't know.
That and spring break, you always end up just waking up on a beach.
Passed out on a beach.
passed out on a beach and just chaos around you, and people
Dead
sometimes
bodies
are
everywhere.
murdered. I don't know. You know what I mean?
But no, I feel like even now I was like thinking about it all day. I'm like, I just want to go home and play Avowed. I want to go home and play Avowed. I want to go home and play Avowed. I want to have more conversations. Like it's like sometimes when you have your first conversations in a game, it can be very stale or very much like, this is a tutorial. This is what you should be saying. This is how this works. Instead, it's just like, here's the dialogue options that you have. This is how your character affects these dialogue. And I'm not getting like someone holding my hand. And I'm like, this is what I want. I want to be able to like explore it myself. I don't need someone telling me what I'm doing. And I'm really excited to be able to see what my character gets up to and like what's happening in this world. Because I was thinking like it's very different in comparison to some other games. Like sometimes you think like, okay, I kind of know what path this character is going to go on, but like, why are we touched by the god? Why do we look like this? Who is the god? What's going on? So it's just so many unanswered questions that I like actually want to like continue with this story.
Yeah. And I don't know how much this will happen. I suspect it'll be a fair bit, but I've already seen something where my choice in one part of the game definitely affected a later quest.
Ooh.
So there's someone early on in the game, you have a decision to make, and, you know, I made my one decision, and that character shows up later when I'm trying to do something else. And them being there and my having been nice to them earlier meant that I got through another quest without conflict. So that's just all like in the first area of the game. So I'm sure that's going to continue to happen throughout. And like, it was one of those things where like, when I saw that character pop back up, I was like, oh, well, now I want to know what happens if you chose differently in the previous quest. So I looked it up, and of course, you know, they're not there to help you, and you're kind of host. You got to like fight people. So yeah. I also like that when it has like a skill check for your dialogue options, it shows you if you can't access one of them.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, because it said at the beginning, it was just like, this is what you could say as like the path I took, because I have like charisma and other aspects. But then like if you had like a brute option, it says like, I'm going to go smash the wall. And I'm like, girl, calm down. Like, like that's an option, of course. But instead, like you have like more of like a charismatic, like, let's do this together as a team. So I'm very excited to see how that affects, like you said, being able to see like, oh, an option or a path that you took earlier on in the game affects your later game. Because that's something I really enjoy in these types of games. It's just like the actual options that you select matter. I really hate when like there's a dialogue option, but it doesn't have any effect. And you're like, I could have just kicked this guy in the face and he still would have showed up. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it happens in other games. So being able to know that, like, okay, if I'm a jerk to this person, they're not going to show up for me. Or if I take out this character, that's not an option. I was joking around and I'm like, I'm on a beach alone with this person. I could take this guy out if I wanted to. Like, he just told me where to find a weapon. You could. Is it a good idea? No, probably not. He's my only hope at this point. I don't know what I'm doing, but here we are. This is an option.
Yep. Yeah, I'm
I looked on how long to beat. It says on here 17 and a half hours. That's not that. I mean,
well, I mean, I guess I did all the side quests I could find in the first area. I'm like 10 and a half hours in, and I just got going in the second area. I don't know how many different areas there are.
And by the way, me saying 17 and a half hours is not a bad thing. That actually encourages me to play it more, if I have to be honest. Because, like, that, I mean, the side stuff and everything, like, it says main with sides, 33 and a half hours, completion is 61 hours. So, I mean, there's definitely some difference of, like, yeah, if you really want to keep playing it, you can, triple the amount of time you play in it just by going to get everything. And there's, but no, I'm happy that it's 17 hours. Like, sounds like more of a reason for me to play it. Because if that thing said 40, it'd be like, it's a long time.
And then if you want, I assume that it would be replayable and just choose differently, especially along the main quest stuff, and see how the story plays out.
Right.
So
I mean, the thing is, like, for the most part, like certain games, for example, like I try for the most part to try to stay on track, but then like I don't realize sometimes, like, and this happened in indie, like I would get a side quest, not realizing it's a side quest, and then just go do the mission, and I'm like, oh wait, that had nothing to do with the main story. That just happened to be the next person I talked to that was like, here's this mission, go do it. And I'm totally cool with it. Like, I mean, I don't mind the little like mix of side things here and there. Obviously if I were to like hardcore pay attention in me, it's kind of a difficult thing to do, but like that, if I actually mainlined it and I did it, here's the thing too, it sounds weird. Sometimes these main lines on how long to beat are a little long. A little. Because I feel like indie was
there's
longer.
a lot of stuff there that's just not right.
Yeah, but I mean, a rough estimate though, 17 and a half hours, like that's pretty solid though.
Yep. I'll report back at some point. Fortunately, like the save file shows you your time played, so I don't have to like rely on the Xbox counter, which is never right.
Yeah, because
I don't pay attention.
You get up to get something to drink or use the restroom, and it's like, let's just count all of this. Like,
or you leave it in quick resume, and all of a sudden you have 150 hours. But yeah, I'm loving this game. I'm like you, Fee. Like, I just want to be done with work for the day, and I want to go play that game. Yeah. And it's been a while since I've really been feeling that way about a game. And this is one like I was excited for, but like I was nervous. It's just like I don't know. Yeah. Are they not hyping it up enough? Do they know it's a dud? And that couldn't be more wrong. It's a great game. I had one quest bug on me. Oh. It was like in the middle of the quest, I talked to a couple people and they told me somebody else to go talk to. And when I went to talk to them, there were like enemies around. So I tried to just like run past them and went to the person. And of course she wouldn't talk to me because there was enemies. So I had, kill all of those guys. And then I went back to her and she still wouldn't like engage the conversation.
To death. Scared to horrified.
Death. Yeah. But like I left the area and came back and, went to camp and came back and I just couldn't cue her to like have the dialogue. She was traumatized.
You were hoping she had amnesia and forgot you 5 minutes later.
Yes.
51st dates, if you will, except for she doesn't sleep. It's like the 10-second Tom.
Clear the video game cache, right?
Exactly. The video game cache. Yeah. Run away. Come back 5 minutes later. Go. Hope you forget everything that just happened.
Yeah. Did another quest. I came back. Nope. She still doesn't want to talk to me. Fortunately, I didn't have to talk to her. I looked up the quest online and what she was going to tell me was where to go find a specific thing. And you can just go to that place and find the thing and just completely skip her and go back to the original quest giver. So all's well that ends well. So other than that, there was a patch today. I think it improved third person play.
Woo!
When I was playing yesterday, I noticed some hitching up a little bit here and there. And today I didn't notice it at all. Yeah. So hopefully.
Also, I have to assume you're playing on Xbox. Performance wise, though, it's for the most part good.
Yeah.
Are you playing? Are you a performance person or are you one of those like I want quality?
I put performance mode on.
Okay. 60, pretty solid. 60.
It feels that way. Yeah.
I don't care about 120. People get all freaked out about 120.
No, I don't care about 120.
I like 120, but like normal games, like 60 is totally cool. So nice.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm just really excited to be able to get to those kind of like random side quests, and just be able to kind of interact and see how the world interacts with my character and how that affects it. But at the same time, like I will say, and I want to say I really like this game so far. I think it's great, but I think I'm seeing what's happening with third person because my character runs a little odd. She seems like she's like constantly like, and I'm like, girl, put the mace down. You do not need, no one's here to fight you. You're fine, girl. Like, I don't understand. And she's like,
you said that about a video game character. I said that about a guy IRL yesterday when I was driving. Like, why is he running like that?
And I'm like, I don't know. Because it's almost like a brute type of like they're holding like a bunch of like a shield and like heavy kind of like a material, but I don't know, maybe it's the particular like option I chose. I don't know if there was like a specific like persona
off, I think.
Okay, it's not just me. Okay,
pay attention when you jump.
Oh no,
the jumping is like floaty. It's like
Is it weird looking?
yeah, and your characters like got their legs up as they jump,
This
so
is
they're
in
just like kind of
space.
balled up, and then they fall down somewhere. I love it. I'm fine. I want to be able to jump far, so I'll deal with it.
Oh goodness.
So you're telling me they're not long jumpers in the game? They're just like they can jump 2
They're
feet in front
very
of them.
light.
Got it.
Maybe gravity's different on this world. I don't know.
You can't assume it's the same gravity. I'm
Can't
just saying.
assume that it's Earth. So
Yeah. No, that's a really good question, Athena. The question is, Fee, is third person working for you, or are you getting motion sick? The third person is zoomed out, guys. It is far. It does not feel like I would like in some cases it almost feels like an overhead type of game because of the way that you can move the camera around. So it is above and beyond. Usually like when I think of third person, I think of like Fallout, where it's like you feel like you're kind of like behind but over the shoulder, but this one it's just like you can move the camera all over the place. Now mind you, if I do whip the camera around like a silly goose, yes, I will get motion sick, because I was noticing that last night when I was running around, and I was just like, okay, you know what, it's late, I need to go to sleep, or I am gonna get a little bit wheezy, but overall the actual like way that it moves, I haven't tried first person. I was kind of tempted just to see what it's like, because you can just click on I on the keyboard and then it instantly puts you to first person, and every so often it's very jarring because I can't think of another game where it just has like a quick switch between first and third like that. And so I click on it and I'm like, ugh, and then I like it's almost like a jump scare and I'm like, no. Like put it back to where it came from. But yeah,
fortunately it is, you just hold in right stick to switch on controller. And I have that mapped to one of my back paddles on my Elite controller. And I have switched back and forth. Like yesterday when I was noticing a little bit lesser performance in third person, so I would switch to first. But now I'm mostly playing in third. I really haven't, like there's some, every once in a while you get like in a tight spot and there's camera weirdness, which that happens in games that are designed for third person, to be clear.
yeah.
So I'm not surprised that it happens in one that's, intended or originally made for first person and third was added later. I don't know what you want to say for this one, but
I'm sorry. I just laugh if I just think about Fee's like playing third person at school, and she's like, "Let me just take a look." Hits I, it's just like, ugh, and it just immediately swaps back. Like I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I just imagine her being so sick instantly, like not even moving. She just changes the perspective. And it's just like, just changes right back.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that was definitely kind of the way, because I was trying to figure out how to get into my inventory. So I clicked I because I for inventory. I click I and then it says like, why?
She clicks I and almost throws up immediately.
Why
Oh
is this a
no,
thing?
I didn't want this.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm curious to see how it goes further on. I'm going to be playing, like I said, this weekend when I get some free time. So I want to be able to like actually have more of a talking point next week about how the gameplay is, because a huge thing for me, as we all know, is the character creator, and it kind of sometimes can even make or break the game for me. But no, I think they're overall, like right now, my consensus is I'm really liking the game. I'm curious to see like how I feel once I get to the end of it, because my goal is to finish this game. I'm not gonna like just play a little bit. My goal is to finish it, because I've enjoyed Obsidian games in the past. I didn't get to play Outer Worlds, but I have played Fallout New Vegas, and I love that game. Like New Vegas was so well done, and just the reason why I'm so excited about the side quests is the side quests that I experienced in New Vegas, because some of them were wild and some of them took you down like a rabbit hole that lasted like 5 or 6 hours. Mind you, obviously there's no vaults in this game, but there was like, I remember one day just going through my radio on my Pip-Boy, and then you just hear like a radio signal and you go into the essentially the Mojave Desert trying to figure out something, and then all of a sudden you find a vault that's full of like bugs and you're like, what the heck? And then you go and do more searching and then you find some crazy things that happen in that particular vault. And I'm like, this is so out off the beaten path. If I didn't like change the radio station, I probably wouldn't have found it. Naturally. So obviously this game isn't in space. We're not dealing with radios or Pip-Boys. But I'm more of a fantasy person anyway. I've always loved fantasy. I lean more fantasy wise. I know usually the big debate is sci-fi or fantasy. I've always been more of a fantasy person anyway. So I'm very excited and eager. I'm trying my absolute best not to compare it to Baldur's Gate, mostly because I've spent hundreds of hours in that game. So I'm trying to separate it. But I can't say that I'm not going to in my head in a little bit just because of the amount of hours I have in that game.
Yep.
It did feel like a high fantasy book though, because they started like the beginning of the game. It's just like in the land, and then it goes on to these areas and regions I don't know the name of, and they have to have the map. And I'm like, I'm feeling like I'm reading like a high fantasy book again, where you have to like flip to the map to be like, okay, this is where they're talking about, because they're automatically assuming you know where everything is, and you're like, why don't I just have a map option so I can see everywhere, so I can like compare what regions they're talking about, because they casually just pull out these names off the top of their head. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. They're just like, oh yeah, I don't understand why we just got like bombarded and like stranded on the side of the ocean. Weren't these people our friends? And they were saying a bunch of names, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know why. Must be like they got taken over. And I'm like, I have no idea where I am right now. But we're just having this casual conversation like I know exactly what you're talking about.
I totally know what's going on.
No. Yeah. Totally insane.
Yep. I also like in this game that you have like 2 weapon loadouts.
Yes.
That you can switch between with one button. So right now I'm rocking one loadout is a spell book and a pistol, and then the other is a sword and board. So, but my sword also lights people on fire, so you know,
woo,
do all the damage. But yeah, it's nice to have those options. Like I can roll up to a fight, stay ranged with my pistol for a bit, but then just click the Y button and bam, I'm in there smacking people around with a sword right away. So
yes,
I like that.
I approve of that.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, when I got the bow, I was like, ooh, I like this, but it's two-handed. So when I found the pistol, I was like, oh, here we go. Now we can make some progress. I could use all my toys.
I'm very curious right now. Does the god effects you chose at the beginning of the game affect your storyline at all? Like, is it like specific gods have different ones, or is it just all the gods under the same one?
Don't know.
All the
Guess we'll have to
mysteries,
play
guys.
again.
Son of a gun, I have to play this game? No, I'm
Dan,
just
I
joking.
hate that.
Son of a gun. And I'm not looking up spoilers. I will admit
We can look that up at the end.
Exactly. When they say a bunch of words that I don't understand, because we're once again in a situation where they assume we know exactly what they're referring to. Yeah, no. There we go.
And then the whole game is beautifully voice acted, so carpool gaming approved. Very limited reading. You gotta read like on your
Reading's
gear.
hard. I'm so in.
You know,
Like,
you gotta read
right.
up on your gear and see what extra abilities it gives you. But after that, man, you're good. No more reading.
Man, what a good week for
Thank God.
like voice actors in video games. We have Cabernet, we have Avowed, both fully voice acted. Thank you.
Let's go.
Both. Who needs to read when you have someone reading it to you? Woo!
Reading's terrible.
Reading is terrible. It's bad for streaming. I'm terrible at reading, guys. There have been times where like I get called out after. They're like, you read half of that incorrectly. Where are you seeing this? And I'm like, who knows? My brain just fills in words. Here we are.
I just want to speak on behalf of Bowser says that reading's not fun. That is not on behalf of carpool gaming. Carpool gaming encourages kids to read.
I love reading.
I actually like reading, so
I'm the only one that doesn't. And I'm the one defending it. What the hell are we doing? I'll shut up.
Yeah, that's weird. It's this opposite day. I like reading books. I don't like reading in video games.
I like reading books. Look behind me. I got books for days. And my Kindle.
I just have a Kindle.
I like physical trophies is what they like to say when it comes to books.
They get heavy.
They do get heavy, but it's worth it because they're cute. Here I'm moving around with books behind
Yeah,
me.
we can see all your books.
Exactly.
Any other thoughts on Avowed?
I want to play more. Mitch should play it so we can talk about it next week because we're going to be talking about this game next week, Mitch. That's your homework. You got to play it.
Yeah,
It was my homework last week, and guess what? I didn't do it. So
Guess
we'll
what,
see.
Mitch? Every day you're going to get a message from me like clockwork. Mitch, have you played Avowed yet? Mitch, have you played Avowed yet? I'm going to hop in your stream tomorrow. Mitch, have you played Avowed yet? And I'm going to be like the annoying little sister constantly messaging you like, hey, Mitch, have you done this yet? Have you done this yet? Have you done this yet? Have you done? And then I'll send you an email that says like, to whom it may concern, have you played this game yet? Thank you. Have a great day. Sincerely. And then I'm going to put my name. I'm just going to be like, you need to play this game. There you go.
Here's what I'll do. Okay.
Yeah.
To avoid you doing that, because that sounds awful.
Okay.
Here's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to load it up on my Legion Go and then hit the power button, because apparently XL from my community reached out to me. He goes, damn, you really like that Lonely Mountain Snow game, huh? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you've been playing it for 9 hours. I'm like, no, I haven't. I left my Legion Go. I just hit the button and it just showed I was playing it for 9 hours.
No, I'm
so
gonna
to
require
avoid any of
screenshots.
that, I'm just going to load up Avowed on that thing. Just hit the power button and be like, I played 40 hours.
We're going to
And you'll
ask
be
you
like, what was your
directed
favorite
questions.
part? I don't know. There's
Yeah.
so
Directed
many.
questions and screenshots. If I've learned anything,
I want to see your character.
Okay,
Yep.
so I have to get past the character creator and then leave the game on for 12 hours. Got it.
No, you
Got
have
it.
to take screenshots of regions. You have to give us
I'll just do what other people on the internet did and have somebody else play it for me and give me the cliff notes. That's what I'll do.
Why are you spending so much money to not play a video game?
Why do you hate video games, Mitch?
Why do you hate this game?
I love them.
You're on a video game podcast, Mitch.
Are we sure with that? Is that what this is lately?
Yeah, it is. We just talked about a video game for 30 minutes, Mitch. I don't know if you've
True.
been here.
I have been.
I know
just
you've been
haven't had any
drinking
input.
Dr.
And I
Pepper.
apologize.
You're just
I have been. I've been
drinking-
sitting back sipping. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like just sipping
Got up
on
and
this
left for a
delicious
while.
nectar.
Went for
Yeah.
a run.
Yeah, I got
don't
up.
know
I had
what
to
you
deal with
did.
children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mitch,
I apologize. I'll play it. Damn.
I require a scrapbook now. It's gonna be Mitch's adventures.
No,
And-
no scrapbooks happening. I'll
Must
play
be
the game.
streamed.
Must
Must
be
be
streamed.
Must be streamed. Exactly.
We need evidence.
Yeah. You have to give your character a fun British accent.
I'll be checking your Chivo list. I'll know if you played it or not.
Oh.
I'll give Kayla extra allowance to play it for me just for the joke.
Okay, so you're wasting money to avoid playing a video game.
First off, I'm giving my daughter money. It's not wasting money. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you're spending money.
That's different. That's a better way. That's a better way to say it. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I am stressed impressed. What the heck? Please just play this game, Mitch.
I will. It just, again, bad week. Hated work. Had to leave work
Yeah.
for 2 days. Got a bunch of other stuff done. I'm not opposed to playing it. I've fully said that. I am not opposed to playing this game. It is
Hello,
not like
listener.
I see this game and have zero interest. It does
3
look
years
cool.
later.
What
Guys?
Bowser said. Bowser's right.
Okay, if Mitch by next week has not played it, I'm gonna open this to the chat in the community to roast Mitch for not playing this game. And we,
You know what?
consistently,
You can preload your roasts. Send them
Yes.
directly to me. And if Mitch reports back next week that he didn't play it, I'll just let him have it.
God.
She's just going to copy and paste all of them in the chat. Oh,
Do you know what we
God.
need? We need one of those like sign up things that people use for birthdays, for like virtual birthday, like
Oh, yeah, to make the
greetings.
card. Yeah.
Exactly. But it's just roast Mitch for not playing Avowed, and people can just comment on it. And then next week, when inevitably Mitch forgets to play this game, we can roast him on the next week's episode.
Love it.
Love just getting shamed by my fellow co-host. Is the best.
You know what?
There's an easy way to prevent this.
Play the game!
Super easy.
What pressure do I have? Peer pressure. It's crazy. Oh.
It would be fun
Yo,
to talk to you about a video
everybody,
game.
if you want to come at me for this, Fulia gave Titanfall a 3 out of 5. Exactly. That face, screenshot it. Clip it.
You know what?
Send it to
I
him.
haven't played Titanfall. I haven't played any of them.
Because you
So-
throw up
You throw
violently. You would throw up violently. It'd be so bad for you. Don't do it. It's a
here we
fantastic
are.
game. Don't play it. Whatever, guys. I'll play it.
We're gonna make a birthday card sign up for you guys to just roast Mitch, and I'm here for it. And then next week, when the thumbnail is the roast of Mitch Power 1116, it is going to be fantastic. I'm gonna dress up for a roast.
You're gonna have to what if you make? I would love that as a thumbnail, by the way. That would be awesome, because then that might be your highest rated episode if you just everybody's roasting me. But then halfway through, I tell you I've played it, and then you have to change the thumbnail.
Oh,
have a backup.
Why would you do this? I'm a busy gal, Mitch.
You are. You got me a thumbnail less than an hour before the show went live.
But it was a nice one.
It was a great one. I way better than I could ever do with a week's worth of work. I'm just saying, she's great.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you. But yeah, I think we will put a pin in the rest of our Avowed conversation until next week, when we have inevitably played more and we inevitably roast Mitch because he will not play this game.
Yep.
Here we are.
All right. I think that's it for all of our Avowed feelings for now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to thank everyone who supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, especially our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, who you can find at linktree/pme.jib, Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes, and TechMike, who says whether you are Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart.
Woo.
Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, the Captain, and one of the Old Kingz. Gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Yon32, Liger Woods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Riley King, and Stephen Keller. Before we head out, Mitch, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere. Mitch Power 1116, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all of the above. I actually did edit some TikTok and YouTube shorts recently, so I haven't done that in a minute. So I'm gonna have those posted. And then of course I'll be playing the hell out of Apex. And you know what? Maybe Avowed. So maybe you have to come follow me and see if I actually started Avowed or not, so you can queue up the jokes or not.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Fee, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Discord, Twitch, and everything else at Zeranix, Blue Sky as well. I'm going to be streaming Cabernet tomorrow on Twitch, so if you want to come say hi, I'm going to be playing that. We'll also be playing some other games this weekend, like Avowed and Infinity Nikki, because I need to catch up on the events before it ends.
Very nice. As for me, you can find me on Xbox and PlayStation and most places on the internet at Bowser13, and come hang out in the Discord. We're a nice bunch. Come spend some time with us. That's it. That's all. Mitch, do you have the button? Can you push the button?
I guess. Is this the button right here? I don't know.
Let's say goodbye, everybody.
I guess.
Goodbye, everybody.
This is the button, yeah.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.